Hey, it's me. I'm saying words. Look at that. Yeah, so I'm just making a quick video here at 1 a.m. in the morning about something I did a couple minutes ago. I left the Sursa Discord server, and I'm basically just gonna leave the Terrahypt community completely at this point. And this is a personal decision. This is something that I'm doing for a couple of reasons. The primary trigger for this was a couple today. There was this big argument, a lot of heated discussion, a lot of angry people, a lot of angry words were said, a lot of philosophies were unveiled and then broken. It all was pretty bad. And I guess I realized at that point, because this has happened before, like, we've had these kinds of discussions before, and things have gotten pretty bad, but I guess now I'm starting to realize that I'm not gonna just stand for this kind of stuff anymore. I'm not gonna sit around and just let this kind of stuff happen and then just assume that everything will go back to normal the next day. That's not really the way I work. Um, I guess most of my qualms are just with, like, the way Terrahypt and its creator have sort of, like, morphed over time. When I first got into the community back in 2013, it was like, I thought it was awesome. It was one of my first big creative inspirations, and I was just obsessed with it. And I guess over time, I've started to realize that it isn't all it's cracked up to be. The creator, he isn't entirely reliable in every situation. He has a lot of, stuff that he does and stuff that he works through, and I think that it kind of gets in the way of his creative endeavors sometimes. But I guess I'm just sort of, I stopped appreciating it as both a combination of creator and work, and just ended up appreciating it as a work, and now I've stopped appreciating it as a work as well, so I don't appreciate either side of it, because in my opinion, Terrahypt is flawed, and it's flawed because its creator is flawed, and these flaws are reflected in it. Now, of course, it isn't going to be perfect, but these flaws are hard to overlook, and really, they make it less enjoyable overall. There's another thing too, like, this has happened before. I've already stated this has happened before, and that's the thing that I can't get across, because I always know how these situations play out. Cersei gets really drunk, and then we all argue with each other, and then the next day we all forget about it. It's like nothing happened. And, like, I can't deal with that. I can't just forget about it, because I don't have the capacity to just let things go like that. I can't just say, like, oh, and then not prepare for the situation in which it's going to happen again, because I know it's going to happen again, because this cycle has repeated itself multiple times in the past, so I know it's going to happen again if I stick around. And you know what the definition of doing something again and again and expecting a different result each time is? That's the definition of insanity. I'm not doing that. I'm not sticking around for that. And I shouldn't force other people to stick around and have me contribute to that insanity too. That doesn't make any sense. And then, of course, I think something that really overshadows that, though, isn't the reason I left isn't because it's just bad. Like, if it was just bad, I've upheld that fact for a while now. I've known that it isn't great, but I've sort of dealt with it. But now I'm sort of factoring in the personal side of things, and I'm realizing that I am part of the problem, because I know that I'm not always the nicest person to talk to. I'm not an overtly mean person, at least I don't like to think of myself as being one, but I do tend to be a bit of a troublemaker and a bit of a trickster, and I know that that gets on the nerves of a lot of people a lot of the time, but I don't really want it to be taken in harsh context by anybody. I don't want people to get genuinely upset by the stuff that I say. And the problem is a lot of the people on the Sursa Discord and in the Terrahypt community, they do get upset by what I say, even though I don't mean it. And if that's the case, then it probably isn't a community that I should be spending my time in. Likewise, I've left it. I'm going to be keeping up the videos related to it. I'm not going to be making more SDS. I'm not going to be making more videos about Terrahypt. I'm, like, done with all of that stuff. But I'm keeping the videos up, I guess, for sentimental purposes. And I think now I'm gonna have a lot more free time to focus on doing stuff that I actually enjoy. I have a lot of projects that I have lined up, and now that I'm free of the constraints of having to interact with a group of people that I don't even like that much to begin with, I think it'll really have a positive impact on the stuff that I output just generally. Anyway, this is just, I just felt like I needed to say this because I know that there are a lot of, I have some subscribers that are from the Sources Discord, and they learned about this stuff through the content that I created related to it. But yeah, I guess it's just sort of a little letting you know bit. You know what I mean? And I think it's for the best, really. It's for the best. So that's it. That's all I wanted to say. And Sursa, if you're watching this, just wanted to let you know, I guess keep doing what you're doing. If you ever feel disappointed with yourself, I can't say I blame you, but if you don't, that's fine. And maybe take it easy on the drinks. Take it easy on the drinks. That's it.